Oh, no.
Ladies, we were the first to say it. The mandible claw is the Fiend's finisher. He's done it twice now.
The mandible claw!
And we're going to see it a third time because Bray Wyatt is going to squash the demon. Finn Balor thinks he can bring out the demon to battle the Fiend, but no, ladies. It'll be quick. It'll be a mandible claw. It'll be the hurt hand, ladies.
The rumor is that Finn Balor is going to take some time off. So if he's taking time off, he's coming back in a few months as the demon, and that's when we get our payoff. But until then, clean win for the Fiend over the white guy.
Ladies, you can't do that, or he has to be the demon permanently. You can't return as the demon unless you're the demon all the time.
Let's do that. Why not just be the demon all the time? Why is there a better version of yourself?
See, now you're speaking Bray Wyatt's language. That's why we get the Fiend all the time, and maybe he can teach Finn Balor a thing or two. Ladies, is Goldberg going to beat Dolph? Because Dolph makes $2.4 million a year. And this feels like some equity we can build up with a victory over Bill Goldberg. I think we got to start getting our money back on Dolph Ziggler, and I'm picking Dolph for this surprise upset.
And this is just going to be me and Ralph, my son. We're going to watch this match. I'm going to sit him on my lap and go, remember Goldberg? He was the guy who couldn't beat The Undertaker a few weeks ago, and he looked like an old idiot. Now he's going to look like a total badass. Spear, jackhammer, smoke through the nose. I can't wait. Goldberg wins.
Well, ladies, that's no fun. Let me guess, Bayley's just going to win too? Because I'm fantasy booking. We're going to have Ember Moon beat Bayley for the title. Dolph's going to squash Goldberg after the Fiend squashes the Demon. I'm trying to have my WWE universe come to life, okay? I don't know if you know this, ladies, but SummerSlam is one of two pay-per-views where fantasies can become a reality. And you're booking Extreme Rules, and that's fine. You don't want anything to progress and get crazy, but you forgot about AEW. AEW made Corey Graves say, holy shit, last month.
Holy shit!
This is the Attitude Era. We're hot-shotting, ladies. And I got Ember Moon over Bayley.
I think Ember Moon, this is a good moment for her. I saw somebody saying like, oh, WWE only pushes their attractive women. And it's like, hold on a sec. Bayley versus Ember Moon. Ember Moon, roll tide. So I'm going with Ember Moon. You're right. We only push the hotties.
Yeah, I just jerked off to Ember Moon on Wrestle with the Plot this morning. So absolutely. Ladies, Ember Moon is one of those divas. You don't even have to see her vagina or boobs to come. I can literally look at her fat ass trying to come out of those fucking undersized undies and make it happen. So you're right, ladies. Ember Moon is going to beat Bayley. I said it first, you said it second, but you were right. Ladies, can Becky Lynch defeat Natalya? Because I definitely think so. In the words of Becky Lynch,
how can I get people to care more about the people that I'm fighting about? And look, I've even done it with Natty Neidhart.
Now, ladies, I remember that Summer of Natalya we had on SmackDown last year. It was a nightmare, and I hope it doesn't happen again. The man needs a win. And Natalya, try not to kick out like Ronda.
Well, since this is a submission match, it is the disarm her versus the sharpshooter. There's just something sketchy, though, about every time the WWE is in Canada and there's a heart in the ring. I just feel some sort of bell ringing screw job. Like, I predict Becky Lynch wins with the sharpshooter. That's just my prediction because somehow that bell is ringing early. Vince loves that spot. I love that spot. So we are absolutely going to see a screw job. And I can't wait for Becky, the man, to be the champion after SummerSlam.
You're right. It is Canada, ladies, and Trish Stratus is coming home. Will she beat Charlotte? I don't think so. Charlotte Flair is still their darling.
I can't wait for this match. I didn't know there were pinfalls. I'm going to just say Charlotte because she is a current active wrestler and Trish would look great losing. And I don't know where she gets that bodysuit, but like, can you get me one?
Of course they're pinfalls, ladies. This isn't Breaking Point. These aren't all submission matches. I know I'd love to see Oney Larkin make Drew Gulak tap out, but he's just going to pin him. Oney Larkin's a guy I tried to tell you about in 2016. Then I forgot about him till this moment. I just read his name. Oney Larkin is going to beat Drew Gulak. I fucking love that bald piece of shit. He's going to win the Cruiserweight title. Then he's going to run over Roman Reigns with it on his dashboard.
Oney Larkin, to me, just one of these 205 Live guys that I just never connected with, and where I thought he had an accent. I heard him talk, and I go,
A lot of people said that I got the upset win tonight.
I know you're a Drew Gulak fan, so this is especially offensive because Drew Gulak is garbage. So when you're talking about the best of 205 Live, like Oney Larkin like that, I just can't get on the same page. Now tell me you at least pick Oney. Like, I know you don't like him, but you know he's going to win, right?
no, Drew Gulak, I don't watch 205 Live anymore because since Drew Gulak won, I thought that was like the series finale. Like, they were going to take a break. Like, okay, we got the climax. It's over. Drew Gulak is the man, okay? He wrestles in a cruiserweight division and goes, let's keep this on the mat. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah, but his face. I mean, if they had a cool guy that did that, like if Oni Larkin did that, how cool would that character be? And Vleeties, the way you summed up my Oni Larkin is how I would sum up Ricochet. And also the accent. I thought he was a street black.
Listen, man, I don't know why you're all fired up, but I accept.
I'm not the biggest Ricochet fan, Vleeties, but he's got to beat AJ. As much as we love AJ, we've been boys for a long time.
Been boys for a long time.
He's gotten too many victories over Ricochet, considering both of their ages and current status in the company. You know Ricochet's that U.S. champion, right?
I'm the same way. I feel like it's been telegraphed. There's been too much AJ coming out on top. And this doesn't feel like the end of the feud. I think they can have some more matches after this. But leaving SummerSlam, I think Ricochet's going to get that big babyface win.
Shane McMahon faces Kevin Owens, and if Kevin Owens loses, he will quit the WWE. Vleeties, is there any chance he can just quit SmackDown and come to Raw like that old cop-out? Hopefully that could happen, but I think Kevin just wins. He's got the stunner. He's our rebel. Everybody's sick of Shane. I mean, Shane shouldn't have beat Miz at WrestleMania. So he's gotten enough victories. It's time for Kevin Owens to get the limelight back. Our favorite babyface, who would have thought? KO, Vleeties.
You know what makes me mad is like I was watching wrestling with my father, who watches wrestling once a year, and he really watches it like for an hour a year. It's really just half a show here and there, maybe one segment. But he was like, Shane's the best. Like, he really loved the Mike Rome bit where like Mike Rome was like the best in the world. Like, he really thought that was hilarious, but he only saw it one time. I've watched it every week for like 6 months, and I hate that shit. I hate his promos. He's just Vince McMahon Jr. He doesn't speak as well as Vince, so I hate it. There's not enough Drew McIntyre on the screen. Why is he not on SummerSlam? Shane McMahon's going to lose. Kevin Owens with a big stunner. And I hope Drew McIntyre turns on Shane. I hope he turns babyface and wins the title somehow.
He must love Kofi Kingston if he watches 1 hour a year. And I'm convinced most of these fans do, or they just wanted a black champion. Because I've been sitting through Kofi what seems like 3 times a week for the last 2 decades. Especially when he botched against Orton. Let's not act like Orton's calling him a dickhead for nothing. Which, by the way, is one of the best clips of all time, where he calls him stupid or whatever.
Kofi Kingston, jaw and face planted.
They've been playing it on SmackDown. I love it. He's not just yelling that at you because you're a black guy. Like, I know you won the title just because you're a black guy, but we're not calling you stupid because of that. You fucked up.
A term that I've been using a lot is move the needle. And I think that Kofi just hasn't moved the needle as the WWE champion. We want to blame bad writing and we want to blame Seth Rollins. Kofi's just as guilty as this WWE champion, which it doesn't feel like the important belt. And that's not blaming Kofi entirely, but
when somebody writes for you to do a middle finger and it sucks, that ain't the guy who wrote it's fault. Everyone else who does middle fingers are great. You watch AEW, then all of a sudden Kofi's hiding his middle finger behind the rope, and it's just stupid.
Face! He's a heel right now. I can see him ruining everybody's time this Sunday at SummerSlam.
We're ending this night with a Brock party, Ryan Van Fleet, and I am praying to God that Brock Lesnar curb stomps this fuck. Just like how what's-her-name's going to sharpshooter what's-her-name. I want him to do his finisher against him. I hate Seth Rollins and his Demon King. Have you seen the Demon King? He has the worst voice. He's always had that voice. I call it wrestler voice in the same way Miz has always had wrestler face. It's just fucking so douchey to hear him talk.
Seen the Demon King?
Or see him make a face.
Kind of think Brock Lesnar as champion right now is kind of best for Raw in a weird way. Like, I don't know if I'm just sour on Seth Rollins. Maybe we need something different.
Ladies, you're talking to the guy who made the video Seth Rollins is the problem a year ago. So I love seeing everybody hating Seth Rollins now. Everyone finally caught up. And I'm even seeing some residual Baron Corbin love sneaking in. And remember when that was against the rules completely for the internet? We couldn't like Baron. Well, I always loved Baron. And I always hated Seth. And now you're all coming around to my magnetic poles. The poles are changing. The only plus side of Seth Rollins winning is that he's the guy Baron can beat for the belt. But we know that isn't going to happen by now anyway. So Brock Lesnar, keep Raw watchable. Beat this guy for me. So tell us at home, who's going to win at SummerSlam 2019?
They called me a boy.
Would you ever fight one of them?